Hey there guys, so some of you might already know, but I decided to give my first PC build a shot. Here it is finished. This was a lot of fun to do, and a lot easier than I thought it would be. There were a little roadblocks along the way, but overall it was very simple, and I'm going to try to point out all the mistakes that I made, and hopefully you guys can spot one, because there was one towards the middle that was a little funny. Hopefully you guys can spot it, not stop it. Anyway, here's the motherboard. This is an MSI, and I'm putting in the CPU right now. It's a Ryzen, and there we go. So, fun fact about these sockets, when you're putting them in, the top part should pop off. And I kind of like and don't like that it does that with these AMD sockets. It's kind of scary, honestly, to like, you're always told to be careful putting those in, and bam, like the thing just pops off. It's like, it's kind of scary. Anyway, so I'm putting in the SSD right now. I'm looking for it, I guess. I'm not sure, but here we go. This is a 2 terabyte SSD, which is really nice. I've only ever gone up to 1. Having 2, it's like, not overkill, but it makes you like want to just put everything on your computer. Anyway, right now I'm going to move on to the RAM. These are 16 gigabyte RAM sticks. They're DDR5. So right here I had no idea that there's these little latches that you're supposed to open. But anyway, I got those open. And right there, you might notice that at first I tried pushing both sides down at the same time. But that was a terrible idea. It kind of needed a like little rocking motion. And I think here I tried putting it in at the same time, but then yeah. Well, I guess that went in. Yeah, these are another thing that needed a snap in. They needed to do the bend and snap, I guess. So altogether this thing is gonna have, well, it does have 64 gigs of RAM, which is a lot more than I've ever had. I've only ever had up to 16, which makes a huge difference. And there is the 4th. Overall, not very difficult to put in. Very simple. But here it is completed. We're going to move on to putting on the fan. So, funny thing about the fan, I actually didn't think it was going to fit. Because it was so big, but I guess the heat sink was on the side. And it took me a while to figure that out. There was no thing indicating that was the heat sink. There was this sticker on it, so I didn't know that that's what that was. But anyway, the reason for that cut was because I was figuring that out. Also, fun fact, it's supposed to come with thermal paste. But the thermal paste came in this small bag that didn't really indicate that it was thermal paste. It was just this little, like, I think you could see it. It's the size of that thing that's just right there next to the motherboard, those little gray thing. And for the life of us, like we couldn't figure out where or what it was. So I actually was gonna pause the build because I thought I had to go out and buy some. It was already late at night, it was like 7 p.m. So like I really didn't know where I was gonna go out and get it, but thankfully it did come with some. We figured it out. But here we are putting the plate. It's gonna hold this thing. There's the last screw. Maybe not, maybe there's one more. Alright, so I want you to take a look at how big this thing is. As soon as I can get it open. And of course, like, they put a little notch on it so that you can just peel it open. But look how tiny that is. And that it makes the smallest hole so that, like, very little gets out. And, like, right here you can see I'm having the hardest time trying to get it out of the thing. Eventually I do get it, but it's not perfect. It comes out kind of weird. But anyway, it ended up sticking really well. Nothing poured out of the side. It was the exact amount that we needed, so that was really nice. But here I am having trouble. It was a long day too. So the reason I'm not actually putting what we're saying while we're doing this is because we were making some jokes that weren't really funny at all. But anyway, there's the fan. For a little bit I actually thought that the fan went sideways, and that's why I thought it wasn't gonna fit. I'm like, how is this thing gonna work? And then I took the sticker off and I'm like, oh, that's how. But yeah, overall really easy to install. And I'm gonna go ahead and plug this guy in. So the mistake that I made is actually coming up in the next video. I'm hoping one of you guys will point it out before the video ends. Part of me wants to just not tell you what it was and see if you guys notice. Just to see how that would be kind of fun. I actually kind of want to do that. Alright, so we're moving on to the power supply. Here it is, and let's go ahead and move the camera to a better spot, and it's not much of a better spot, but anyway, here I'm going to go ahead and plug in a few things. It was really nice having the modular power supply. Everything was labeled really nicely, and it's a lot cleaner. You don't have a bunch of cables just kind of hanging there. So, notice how many I'm plugging in. Alright, so here we're just making sure it fits. We're going ahead and we're going to go ahead and put it in. Even though it probably would have been a better idea to just screw it in first, which is what we do after, but here we're just putting in the cables and we're going to shove this thing in, and it fits. Something that we should have done before. Here it is, screwed in, and I have a pretty terrible camera, not gonna lie, so you look like a priest. There we go. The light's a little bit better. But...
According to AMD chapter 9 versus 3.
Yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and throw the motherboard in. Alright, so here's a better shot of what I messed up on. I really want to see if somebody can catch it, because I thought it was pretty funny. But anyway, so I'm not going to show all of the cables being plugged in, because you do need an RGB controller, and it's going to be different with every build. So I didn't really think that was important to include, but I am going to include plugging in everything else. So right here I'm just kind of getting the screws ready for the motherboard, and then we're going to go ahead and plug in everything that I didn't get to. Yeah, oh, right there we just knocked over the camera. Anyway, here's the GPU. This massive thing. I wasn't expecting the GPU to be this big. Like, I knew it had 3 fans and it was, like, pretty big, but, like, I didn't think it was gonna be this massive. But here it is. Pretty easy to install, actually. You just slide it in, screw it in, and then plug it in, and then you're done. Oh, and you obviously have to, well, I did say screw it in, but anyway, that's pretty much it. So there it is. You can kind of spot my mistake there a little bit better. And we're going to put on the glass, and we obviously have to find a toy to put in here. And that's what we were deciding. Ultimately, I went with the Pokeball, but here it is finished. And here's the lights. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions, but that's it. I'm gonna show you guys the operating system at the end, but overall, very pleased with how it came out, very happy with it. It runs pretty great. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to operating system. And this is what I got running. So here's my desktop. I'm gonna just show off some of the blur, some of the cool effects that it's got going. Some of the icons I put in. It has the wobbly windows. Switches between workspaces, and I got this cool panel that moves. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for the longer video. Really hope you guys enjoyed, and I really hope you guys give this a shot. It's not as difficult as you may think, and I'm always willing to help if you guys need help. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.